Hey guys, PepperAmmy here. This week we are revisiting the first video I made on this channel, and that is sweet chili sauce. Now back then I was new to cooking, and personally, as I've gone on, I hate how unnatural I sound in my old content, so this is the first of a couple remakes that I want to do. Now for the recipe, I'm using 3 red chili peppers. Now these are a complete dice roll on heat. So if required, you can add some dry chili flakes later on to add more heat, or even notes of other chili peppers. Is this foreshadowing? It may well be. Now to start, I'm adding a mix of 70 ml of water and 175 ml of vinegar into a smoothie blender, but this can be done in a food processor or even using a stick blender. Now for the chilies, I'm cutting mine into quarters just for ease of blending. If you wish to remove the seeds, you can do. And now for a taste test of the chili, and yeah, it's very mild. So I'm adding all 3 to the blender with the seeds. As for the bell pepper, you don't want the seeds of that in there, as they will remain quite hard and they can be quite bitter if bitten into. So just cut it into chunks for easy blending. And, well, you guessed it, it's time to blend. Now you can blend this as little or as much as you want, depending on what your final texture you want, or how flaky you want the sweet chili sauce to appear. Now I'm also adding a good pinch of smoked sea salt, and I'm adding in some xantham gum. Now this is going to be a thickener and a stabilizer. Now this is a common additive in sauces, so I'm mixing it in with a little bit of chili oil, as it's a lot easier to dissolve into oil than it is into water, and to be fair, once you've heated it, it incorporates fine anyway. Then giving it a quick blend. Now it can thicken sauces quite a lot, so aim for 1% or less by weight in the total amount that you are making. But it can thicken and stabilize with as little as 0.5% or even 0.05%, as this is quite a potent thickening agent. So you want to make sure not to add too much, otherwise you'll have something that you can slice. Now, what is xantham gum? It's actually a bacteria found on leafy surfaces of some green vegetables like sprouts, cabbages, or even broccoli. And then it is fermented in a sugary solution, dried and then ground into a powder. Now that was a learning day for me as well, as I've been using it for a while and I didn't exactly know how they come to make it anyway. But then you want to mince 5 to 8 garlic cloves, depending on how garlicky you want this to be, then making sure to release the allicin by crushing them first. Then you want to add to a saucepan with 200 grams of sugar. Now if you look at the blended peppers, you can see the gum has already started doing its job by stabilizing the sauce and stopping it splitting, whereas earlier in the video there was a clear divide between the pulp and the liquids. Then you want to add it all together in a pan and bring to a boil and hold it at a boil for 5 minutes. Now you don't want to do this too long, otherwise your water's going to evaporate off and you're basically going to end up with a really thick jam. Then you want to remove this from the heat and let cool. Now for a quick taste test, and yeah, I'm going to add some chili flakes in here and give it a good mix. Now the dried chili flakes are a slightly different colour to the fresh chili, so it also gives it a nice contrast in the sauce as well. Then you want to transfer it to a bottle, jar or can using a clean sterilised vessel. Now this is a fairly thick sauce, so it also makes a really great dipping sauce as well. Now I'm trying mine with some fresh homemade Marmite bread that I made yesterday. And this is where the video ends before I demolish what's left of this bread with this sauce. So that wraps up this week's video. Now as always, if you liked what you saw, let me know down below with a like and a comment. If you're indeed new here, feel free to subscribe for free weekly cooking content. And I will see you all again next week. Thanks for watching.